ambassadors from all countries of the European Union in Singapore represented, and Deputy Head of Missions, Mrs. Low from PM Office, Ms. Eurocham, Vice President of the Singapore Business Federation. Ladies, gentlemen and friends, good evening and welcome to our third edition of Eurocham Sustainability Award. It is quite great to see this filled room, filled of friends, and if I think back at our first edition at Minister's Office, in 20 people in a very small room, was during COVID, so it was already a thrill to go out somewhere to meet people, and I remember wearing our little masks on Scott's Road where the ministry is, and being thrilled to go there, hand over our white book and celebrate the winners. Tonight, allow me to thank the people who made it possible to have 300 guests tonight, and I want to really name our sponsors: Accenture, Airbus, PMI, SAP, Evonik, Lombardo Die, Jess, Rothman & Roman, Carlsberg, Pernod Ricard, and Bon Café. Thank you very much. Please, I think you deserve a big applause. And I don't think it's only nice to see a room full, but it's the quality of the people we have tonight. And I want to stress the fact that we have all chambers represented tonight, all national chambers from Europe here tonight, with a table where we are hosting their ambassadors, and I really see many familiar friends among the diplomatic corps. I mean, I see Magdalena, Sandra, Norbert, and more. Really, I cannot name them all, but I knew more faces that I'm sure will become our friends in the next few months. I think that shows that Eurocham collectively and the European business community on selected topics can really play a role, because and sustainability is one of those. You know, we have tremendous technology and innovation abilities among European countries. We have excellence everywhere. In all of them, can be solar, can be wind, can be, you name it. But collectively, I think we are the global sustainability powerhouse, and that's, nobody can question it tonight and hopefully in the future as well. So that's why it makes sense to be together, and that's why it makes sense to act complementary on some topics, not on all, of course. There is space for bilateral and space for more joint efforts. I believe that the white book that we will be launching, the awards, the whole sustainability program, it's really a celebration of the business case of sustainability. It has to be a business case because we have to be financially sustainable if we need to be socially or environmentally sustainable. There is no sustainability case if we don't make sure that at some point, sooner rather than later, we make money out of it and we make company thriving out of it. And you will see great example of those. I believe that tonight is great to see not only many people, but we triple the amount of applicants compared to 3 years ago. We are at 50 roughly, and I'm confident we could be at 100 in two, 3 more years, because the vibe is there, the support is there from the business community, from the political landscape. I think Singapore is also doing a lot since the launching of the Green Plan. And also the quality of applicants changed, of the type more than the quality. It changed because we have not only MNCs, which was our normal audience, but we start having SMEs, we start having startups, which you will see later are providing solutions. So Europe is also a place for startups, is also a place where new technology and small companies are thriving. And we also have a wide range of nationality, enlarging more and more. We always have a good component of Singapore company, and we have more and more, not only from big countries like Germany and France, but we have increasingly more applicants from all over, from Denmark, from Hungary, from many more countries. And I think that's reassuring, and that's why I'm comfortable and confident we will have a big number growing in our application process. Now the problem when you have a lot of applicants is that you have to grade them, and hopefully you do it nice, hopefully you do it credibly, and hopefully you do it in a matter that it's robust and it cannot be contested. So really, I think that we couldn't have done it without our knowledge partner, Accenture, and we couldn't have done it without the judges that I see Damian from EDB, I see, not with us tonight, but Ilian from SBF, and Esther Chan from Global Compact. I mean, every year we try to change categories, Every year we try to change judges because we want to remain relevant to the topics that we're discussing, and we need every year new judges to be able always to change the perspective and make sure that we're not tunnel vision on something and forgetting something else. So allow me to go to the conclusion of my opening remark by sharing with you why I think that the conversation on sustainability in Singapore is important. And I think that not only because obviously we have the HQ of the majority of the APAC businesses here, but I think that it's important because we do have three elements that I think make Singapore distinctive and make Singapore relevant to the debate. Number one is the overwhelming importance of SMEs. SMEs make 99%, 90% of Singapore companies in terms of numbers and employ over 70% of people. And that's very relevant globally. And why it's important? Because without SMEs on board this trip, we can close shop tonight. Without SMEs on board, there is no meaning in carrying on any sustainability agenda, because we know that from many forums, and we will go nowhere. So that's why we are committed in the next few quarters to really go and master how our MNCs who have SMEs in their supply chain can help them in greening the global supply chain not to be cut out one day. The second element, I think, is because Singapore is at the crossroad between developing and developed world. And again, without developing countries on board, the conversation is redundant because we will not achieve anything. And that's why I think the role of Singapore on the regulator, if I think, for example, at MAS, on finance and how we manage to greening and transiting company, helping company to transit is the only way we can make sure that we will become sustainable. It's not by cutting financing overnight or not to apply overnight rules that can work in Paris but they can't work in Laos or somewhere else. So we have to push for the change, but we have to guide the transition as well. And lastly, allow me to say that Singapore has, in my own opinion, sustainability at core of the development of the country since independence. And the business case of sustainability, to which I was referring in the beginning, is really true in Singapore. The various governments that at work here are not perfect, and for sure on many aspects we can improve, and we keep bringing our points forward. But definitely it was embedded in the DNA of Singapore. And allow me to leave you with a quote of the business case for Singapore that managed to be successful, to attracting tourists, to make the place good for citizens and for all of us who call Singapore home. And it's a quote that is not surprising in the content, but is applying from the date in which it was conceived. And it's a quote from Singapore Chief Gardener and a former founding father, former Minister Mentor Lee Kuan Yew, who once said, "After independence, I searched for some dramatic way to distinguish ourselves from the other third world country. And they settled for a clean and green Singapore." Thank you very much. May I suggest to all of us to have a toast, enjoy the evening, and I hope you have a lot of fun. Thank you very much.